foot, score! Hammers this one.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Gamecock Insider. I'm Derek Scott outside the Colonial Life Arena. We've got a lot of basketball to get into on today's program. We'll be visiting with Dawn Staley. We'll have highlights from the men's and women's squads. And, well, you know, I put on a tie today because it's Dress for Success time. We'll give you a little insight into what Gamecock student athletes go for as they prepare for the real world after college sports. But we do start indeed with the #1 team in the nation, Gamecock women's basketball. A road trip to take on the Georgia Bulldogs. Let's look at the highlights.
Game day. We had another gym, but let's bring our game day like it's our home. Let's take advantage of it.
At Stegman Coliseum, #1 South Carolina making a short trip down to Athens to take on Georgia, and South Carolina is rolling. Saxton rewarding the big for two. Herbert, Harrigan locked in.
Play, she splits between two defenders, finishes at the rim.
That will do it here in Athens. It's the #1 team in the country, puts 88 on the board. They win at Georgia.
Congratulations to Ty Harris, who becomes Gamecock women's basketball's all-time leader in assists in her career. What a stellar career it has been as well for Ty. Of course, a national championship and now individual accolades as well. Following that game, Dawn Staley had to address a very important subject with her team, the passing of legendary former Los Angeles Laker Kobe Bryant. Let's give you an inside look at how Coach Staley dealt with that very delicate subject with her players.
Shocker. Good game, good game, good game, good game, good game. I will say this, when you play hard for 40 minutes, every single person that stepped on the floor. And since we do have, you know, the bad news of what happened to Kobe and his family and another family, you played it like they would play it. You played it like he played it. You played it like Gigi and probably her other teammate. You played it like they parent. You played it like, you know, he probably parent his kids, which was hard, you know, with great effort. And it's a super sad thing. Life is incredibly short. It's incredibly short. So we gotta count our blessings, because we here. We're, you know, we live to see another day, and that's not always promised to us. So take advantage of it. Be a good team. Take advantage. Be a good teammate. Okay. Be a good friend. Be a good bae. All of it. Okay. Be true to who you are, and true to other people. That's all we can do, because we never know. We never know. So it's a sad day, but it's also a day in which we can count our blessings, and I hope we will continue to do that. Okay? Let's break it down.
Here we go. We on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Wait.
There are, of course, a lot more than X's and O's for head coaches, and that's a great example of what Dawn Staley means to her team and what they mean to her. When we come back, we'll hear more from Coach Staley. She will sit down with Brad Muller. So stay with us here on Gamecock Insider. Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks. And Wild Wing Cafe, where great food rocks.
When it comes to your money, how do you relax?
I relax because I'm with Founders.
Because a credit union is not a bank.
Banks make money off of you.
Founders focuses on the people, not the profit.
That's the member benefit.
So while we're planning for college,
my future,
or my new car, building a home,
or building a nest egg,
Founders works for the financial success of me.
We're members.
And that means we have a say.
And that's how I relax.
Visit RelaxJoinFounders.com for membership details.
Now get 0 for 72 or get $11,500 in total savings on select F-150s. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Every day, you'll find the most innovative orthopedic care in the Midlands at Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center. Each of our highly skilled, compassionate physicians specializes in a unique orthopedic condition, caring for people of all ages and stages of life. We'll guide every step of your treatment, from diagnosis to recovery, so that you can get back to feeling like yourself as quickly as possible. You win when you choose Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center.
When is the last time you traced your roots? Not your family's roots. The roots of the food you eat. Those roots should run deep, not from afar. Just like the legacy of farmers here in South Carolina.
Day in, day out, farmers from every corner of our state are carrying on the traditions of bringing locally grown food to your table. So, choose food that's rooted right here. Choose certified SC grown. It's a matter of taste.
First Citizens Bank is a proud partner of Gamecock women's basketball. First Citizens, forever first.
Hi everyone, Brad Miller alongside South Carolina women's basketball coach Dawn Staley. The Gamecocks currently ranked #1 nationally and sitting atop the SEC standings, and South Carolina coming off a huge week last week, a big win at home over #9 Mississippi State, where the Gamecocks rally from 9 points down in the fourth quarter, and they go on the road to blow out Georgia. And Coach, what were the keys for your young team in not only overcoming some adversity late in the game at home against a good team, but then having the focus to go on the road and start so well?
I think with this team led by Ty, I think Ty's playing with a certain level of focus that seniors do, and they get people to elevate. And that's what she did for us. I thought she did a great job at attacking. She did a great job at setting people up and putting them in great positions. And then she did a great job in timeouts where, you know, it seemed like we had no chance to win the basketball game, and she's like calming everybody down, saying, we got this. And it gives the coaches, an opportunity to just coach. You don't have to motivate. You don't have to get them to play at a high level because, your leader, your captain is the one that's pushing them towards that. So it was a great week for us, and Ty's playing, some of her best basketball of her entire career.
Well, let's talk more about Ty Harris. As in the Georgia game, she broke South Carolina's career record for assists. As the point guard that you were, what does that mean to you and what you've seen her do over the last 4 years?
I mean, it's an awesome, it's a selfless record. It's one that, if you're a point guard, you should want to aim for. If you're at any program, you should want to do that. You should want to involve your teammates as much as possible. Ty is one that loves to pass the ball, gets joy out of passing than shooting. And I get joy out of passing and her shooting the basketball. So super happy for us. So glad that she's our point guard. So glad she's able to etch her name in our history.
Let's go to our Terminex Pest Player of the Week, and I think I know where this is going.
I mean, we're going to keep it going with Ty. I mean, Ty had a great week. Hopefully she could be our Terminator Pest Player of the Week from here on out. That means we win a lot of basketball games, but she's elevated her game.
Let's go to the Prisma Health injury report. And I know Victoria Saxton had a little ankle injury, but she was back for the next game. How are the Gamecocks doing?
We're doing great. Victoria did a great job. We don't have to report any injuries.
Let's keep it that way the rest of the season. Well, okay, let's talk a little bit about more than someone than Ty Harris, even though she's had a great season, a great career, and all that. Gamecocks midway through, approaching the second half of SEC play. Where can your team get better?
I mean, there are a couple of areas where we can get better. Layups. I think we miss wide open layups. If we can get those to drop in for us, we can widen our gap. I think we can get better at making better decisions, especially in transition offense. Just pushing the ball down the floor and making good decisions, putting people in positions to be effective. And then lastly, probably our defense. Our defense has to pick it up a little bit more. We can put a little bit more pressure on the basketball. We can communicate a lot better than we are. And I don't think our players are bored with it, but I think they've settled in. But you have to take your game to another level if you want to compete and win an SEC championship or, a national championship.
A couple of weeks ago, I believe it was after the Vanderbilt game, you had talked a little bit about how you wanted to see more from your bench. I think you were a little disappointed in that game with how they performed. Since then, what do you think you've gotten out of your bench? It seems like we've gotten a lot of balanced scoring. How have they answered the bell?
They've answered the bell in the form of Destiny Henderson. She's done a tremendous job. She is the one that leads our bench. When she's not focused and locked into a game plan, it impacts the rest of the bench. No matter how much energy we can get from Lily from LA, when your point guard is leading the way and leading the charge, it usually results in some positive results.
You got a tough stretch coming up. Tennessee at home, on the road at Arkansas, and then UConn comes to town. How do you keep the team focused for all three of those challenges when they're back to back to back?
We just take one game at a time. Obviously, we got to play a whole lot of basketball in our conference before UConn, but I'm sure our players are excited about the stretch. Us coaches have to really focus in on keeping them with the task at hand.
Coach, great job so far. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Brad.
For Coach Dawn Staley, I'm Brad Muller.
Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the court. Winners receive 2 tickets, pregame court passes, and autographed merchandise. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Court is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
And when the unexpected happens to you, there's Colonial Life. Benefits that help cover what your regular insurance doesn't.
Hey Gamecock fans, this is Coach Will Muschamp. As head coach of the Gamecocks, I know it's important to practice healthy habits to stay in the game, including exercising regularly, reducing stress, and scheduling checkups with your doctor. As the official healthcare provider and team physician for the Gamecocks, Prisma Health helps the team stay healthy on and off the field. And with locations across the Midlands, they make it convenient for the entire Garnet and Black community to get the health care they need. To find out how you can live healthier, visit prismahealth.org/Gamecocks.
Hi, I'm Gamecock legend Connor Shaw, here to tell you that joining the Alumni Association is a home run. And as the new spokesperson for the Alumni Association, I want to represent all Gamecocks, regardless of their Carolina experience. Because that is what the Alumni Association does. They support all of us, not just record-breaking quarterbacks, like me. So join today or visit mycarolina.org to learn more.
Join us every week at Wild Wing Cafe for Carolina Calls from 7 to 8 o'clock. Wild Wing Cafe is Columbia's home for hot wings, cold beer, and good times. Tune into Carolina Calls every week and go to wildwingcafe.com for more information. We welcome you back into Gamecock Insider, everybody. I'm Derek Scott. The development of the student athlete is more than just about the athlete. It is, of course, also about the person. And one of the steps that goes into that process for the Gamecocks and has for a number of years is Dress for Success. That's when all the student athletes who are sophomores are brought together into one setting and maybe given a few tips on how to prepare for life after basketball and what you need to look like when you go into settings like a job interview. Let's take a look at the Dress for Success event from this spring.
I'm Vaughn Granger with Granger Owens, and we're here tonight to talk to the sophomore, junior athletes about appropriate dress, whether that's business casual, formal, when is it appropriate to wear athleisure, what to wear for job interviews, and it's a really cool thing that we do in addition to Beyond Sports, and we're excited about it.
just look so comfortable in your clothes so that you are what is the center and not something outrageous that's going to cause someone to look at the wrong things, you know? And so I think that to look professional and just look like you could work anywhere with what you have on is really important. It doesn't necessarily have to be a suit. It can be a dress, but I wouldn't go in with a sleeveless dress without a cardigan or something that just lets you look professional no matter where you're interviewing. I think that you would certainly land the job a lot quicker than anyone who went in with an inappropriate dress on.
Yeah, stop playing. Stop playing like K7 ain't no tie. There were technical difficulties.
Every day, you'll find the most innovative orthopedic care in the Midlands at Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center. Each of our highly skilled, compassionate physicians specializes in a unique orthopedic condition, caring for people of all ages and stages of life. We'll guide every step of your treatment, from diagnosis to recovery, so that you can get back to feeling like yourself as quickly as possible. You win when you choose Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center.
When it comes to your money, how do you relax?
I relax because I'm with Founders.
Because a credit union is not a bank.
Banks make money off of you. Founders focuses on the people, not the profit.
That's the member benefit.
So while we're planning for college,
My future,
or my new car, building a home,
Or building a nest egg.
Founders works for the financial success of me.
We're members.
And that means we have a say.
and that's how I relax.
Visit RelaxJoinFounders.com for membership details.
When is the last time you traced your roots? Not your family's roots. The roots of the food you eat. Those roots should run deep, not from afar. Just like the legacy of farmers here in South Carolina.
Day in, day out, farmers from every corner of our state are carrying on the traditions of bringing locally grown food to your table. So, choose food that's rooted right here. Choose certified SC grown. It's a matter of taste.
And when the unexpected happens to you, there's Colonial Life. Benefits that help cover what your regular insurance doesn't.
Good hard work has earned Kelsey O the title of Colonial Life Academic Athlete of the Week. A member of the softball team, O is a junior marketing major with a 3.933 GPA. This week's academic athlete is brought to you by Colonial Life. Colonial Life, the benefits of good hard work.
Now a pass to Pippen to make court, reaching in and picking his pocket. Trey Hannibal to the rim in the front.
Well, that's what the home crowd loves about Hannibal.
That's your Sansbury. Did you see that play? The native of Hartsville, Trey Hannibal, with the theft and the slam. Boy, he is an exciting young man to watch on the hard court. There were a lot of exciting moments in South Carolina's win over the Vanderbilt Commodores. Let's give you a look at those highlights.
Attack.
Here's a turnover. Pippen threw it away. He'll lay it in and he'll draw the foul. Kicks in the corner. Open three for Lawson. On its way. Bingo. The acrobatic hanger. He puts it in with the left hand. Stumbles with it. Drives, beats Couisnard. Layup good in the foul. Pass to Pippen to midcourt. Reaching in and picking his pocket. Trey Hannibal to the rim in the front. Come on. Hand off to Boldness. Sets his feet, lets it fly, bingo. Long rebound to Hannibal, great feet underneath the Bryant. He flushes and he's fouled.
How athletic was that play?
Evans drives, Frink with a steal, gives to Keyshawn. Bryant off to the races. Bryant! Brayley Albert decided the better part of valor was to leave that man alone. Good dog, good dog.
Big win for the Gamecocks at home over Vanderbilt. In fact, that's the highest scoring SEC performance by South Carolina in 3 years. Now this from Mike Carolina.
Hi, I'm Gamecock legend Connor Shaw, here to tell you that joining the Alumni Association is a home run. And as the new spokesperson for the Alumni Association, I want to represent all Gamecocks, regardless of their Carolina experience. Because that is what the Alumni Association does. They support all of us, not just record-breaking quarterbacks, like me. So join today or visit mycarolina.org to learn more.
Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the court. Winners receive 2 tickets, pregame court passes, and autographed merchandise. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Court is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
When it comes to your money, how do you relax?
I relax because I'm with Founders.
Because a credit union is not a bank.
Banks make money off of you. Founders focuses on the people, not the profit.
That's the member benefit.
So while we're planning for college,
My future.
or my new car, building a home,
Or building a nest egg.
Founders works for the financial success of me.
We're members.
And that means we have a say.
And that's how I relax.
Visit RelaxJoinFounders.com for membership details.
Now get 0 for 72 or get $11,500 in total savings on select F-150s. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Every day, you'll find the most innovative orthopedic care in the Midlands at Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center. Each of our highly skilled, compassionate physicians specializes in a unique orthopedic condition, caring for people of all ages and stages of life. We'll guide every step of your treatment, from diagnosis to recovery, so that you can get back to feeling like yourself as quickly as possible. You win when you choose Palmetto Health USC Orthopedic Center.
Welcome back to Gamecock Insider, everyone. I'm Derek Scott. The Senior Bowl is one of the biggest moments that hopeful NFL prospects ever can participate in. And this year, 5 different Gamecocks were invited to take part in that week's events. It's not just the game, of course. The bowl is, of course, the competition, but the practices that lead up to it during the week are really what can make or break a prospect's opportunities to be drafted. Gamecock Athletics and Gamecock Productions actually had a chance to send a cameraman down to join those 5 Gamecocks. Let's go behind the scenes at the 2020 Senior Bowl.
Miss USC, love USC. When it's time to get paid today, let's get it.
Yeah, I had an awesome week down here in Mobile at the Senior Bowl. Just being able to compete with all of these guys, all the big names from here. It was an awesome experience, and I really do appreciate, South Carolina and everything that they've done for me over the past 4 years.
Being able to play in this Gamecock uniform one more time, it was a great experience. I'm excited for what's next. So we're proud, and we're thankful, and we're out.
special thanks to Micaiah Smith for his great work down on the road in Mobile with the Senior Bowl. Gamecock track and field indoor season, one of the highlights every year. One of the traditional stops for them is New York City at the Armory. And once again, Coach Fry's crew was on the road to the Big Apple this past week. Let's take a look at how they performed.
There's Levesque again, though, with another stick back. Now we'll get downhill, drive to the rim, no one there. Easy layup for Jermaine. Spring, pick and roll on the baseline, kicks out the loss. The answer three is right there for AJ, and he finds Kotsar cutting to the rim. Up below on the right, Mike gets another bucket. Cross-court pass stolen by Bolton. Gives to Hannibal. Hannibal to the rim, and he rocks it. Lawson steals it. Lawson flushes it. AJ with a huge defensive play to Lawson. Deep three right side. That'll quiet him. Jair thinking about the three. Now he'll pull the trigger. Go!
Big shot.
Halfway down. Looked like it peaked over the top and settled back in. On the right wing. Takes the dribble into the paint. Cut off. Bounces in the corner to Joe. A contested three. Off the rim. Gamecocks win.
Wow.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Prisma Health, the official healthcare provider of the Gamecocks. And Wild Wing Cafe, where great food rocks. So another enjoyable trip for Gamecock track and field to the Big Apple, and that will put a cap on today's edition of the Gamecock Insider. Coverage of men's basketball, women's basketball, football, track and field. We bring it all to you here on the Insider. So we invite you to join us again next week at the same time here on the same channel. Until then, I'm Derek Scott. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
This has been a presentation from Learfield IMG College.
Gamecock Insider is a production of Gamecock Sports Properties.